Of course.
We admire Matt, too.
We do. Well, when the weather's nice.
That was very
You knew what I was going to say. I said, well, when the weather's warmer.
Yeah.
Matt
Guys,
Wintz.
that's why I took my vacation last week.
Yeah, that's right.
You're a smart man.
Good to be back. Look at the sunshine, everybody. What a beautiful live shot of downtown right now. Traffic's flowing. That's always good. You can see a couple of the contrails there from the jets crystallizing up in the atmosphere. And yeah, that's blue sky. I hope a lot of you didn't forget what that looked like today. We always make the joke, yeah, that's the sun up in the sky today. But boy, no joke around that, because it's been about 13 days since we saw pure-on sunshine. And what a gorgeous day it was. More positive news from your happy-go-lucky weatherman here. We get more daylight every single day. We know that, right? We're beyond the winter solstice, but how much are we gaining each day? Tomorrow we gain another 30 seconds of daylight. We throw on another 34 seconds on Saturday, so we gain a minute by Saturday, and then you know where we go from there. Eventually we'll be gaining upwards of 2.5 minutes of daylight once we get to that peak right around the first day of spring, but nothing but positive here in the forecast. We're melting the snow off as well. Live look courtesy ODOT 303 there at Route 8. Notice some snow off in the median. That's about it off to the sides as well. We're at 42 degrees. That'll melt some snow. The dew point coming up as well. The other way to efficiently melt snow is with wind, and so that breeze is actually very efficient at taking care of that snow. Not that a lot of us want the snow to go, but you know, after Christmas it becomes a little bit less festive as we go through time. But we just started winter, so buckle up, all right? We're in the 40s right now. Nice south breeze getting us there. We've had gusts over 25 at times today, especially near the lake shore. You notice where the warm air is coming from all the way down to the south. But you remember, over the course of the weekend, we brought that Arctic front in, so that cold air went all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. So as soon as we flipped this wind around out of the south, we weren't pulling in any warmer air. We're just pulling in cold air from down in Alabama and Georgia. But now that air mass is moderated. That's where the sun is stronger than here. So they have temperatures 50s, 60s, even 70s today. And now we can start our warming process. Should make it into the 50s tomorrow. And then we'll do it again on Saturday. How about that? And then not too bad this weekend. Look at the warming, though. This is versus 24 hours ago. Temperatures up some 20 degrees or so for many locations east of the Mississippi River. Tonight, that mild air and that nice south wind will keep us mild. We do not drop below freezing tonight. That'll be nice. So if you're like me, we've been dripping the faucets over the course of the last 6 days or so. You can stop that tonight, save on some water, and I don't know, sleep at ease, because you're not worried about your pipes bursting finally. I mean, what a joy, right? So temperatures stay above freezing tonight. They should stay above freezing all the way through early next week. How about that? How about snow so far this season? We have a snowfall deficit. I know we had a little bit of snow with that system. It really wasn't a big snow producer. It was the cold and the wind. We have only had half a foot of snow in Cleveland so far this season. We average about 15 inches by now. Akron's below average. They've had 8. But look at the story in Buffalo. They average 30 inches by now. They've had over 100 inches of snow for the season. The entire winter season in Buffalo, they average about 97 inches. They're already above that, and we're what? A week into winter? So what at a time out in the Buffalo area. They've just had prolonged lake effect snow. You see on the satellite, this is all snowpack, the stuff that's not moving. These are the high wispy clouds creating that nice sunset we have. But in terms of Buffalo and this warm up, it's interesting. Just doing some thinking about it, right? The lake, when it freezes over, we tend to say, lake effect kind of takes a rest. But this warm-up is going to keep the lake wide open, and so that could lead to more lake effect snow come January. Bigger picture, the west is active. They have a very big system out there. Here's where the snowpack is now. All this will start to melt out over the coming days as this heat wave comes on. Not really a heat wave, but close enough. And our morning temperatures, notice that we don't drop below freezing all the way through Monday morning at this point. Where do we go from here? National Zymark hour-by-hour forecast. Clear skies tomorrow morning, and then the clouds come in pretty quickly. We'll be up near 50, but we'll be dry tomorrow afternoon. And thereafter, we have a system that'll develop. This will bring a slug of rain and fall in here New Year's Eve. We'll talk more about that in the extended forecast coming up in the next half hour. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecast. We're dancing in the 40s and the 50s all the way through the weekend. You notice lots of rain in there. Again, we'll talk more about that, but a pretty soggy pattern sets up. That's the price we pay for the warm temperatures this time of year, but certainly nice to thaw out around here and not worry about all those cold weather issues.
I'm still stuck on you can sleep at ease. I don't think I have slept at ease since I had children, people. Oh. Can I get an amen? I mean,
yes,
are we all
amen
not?
from all of us, yes.
Yes.
But I will receive it from you, Matt.
Yeah, well, good.
Thank you so much.
Don't worry about
Thank
those
you, Matt
pipes.
Wintz.
You too.